In the shadow of the crowdfunding campaigns, we're exploring a game that didn't initially got our attention. These kind of videos have proven to be risky in the past, as our wallets suffer the consequences of our unexpected excitement. But with this in mind, we're gearing up to protect our funds as we explore Euthia. The first installment of the Euthia trilogy has received an average rating of an 8.6 on Board Game Geek, and now we're exploring the final chapter that is live on Kickstarter. Once upon a time, a company called Dia Games created the game Euthia. The first part of the Euthia trilogy attracted more than 4,000 backers on Kickstarter and raised over $485,000. But after a successful start, Dia Games needed to cancel their second Euthia campaign on GameFound while being in the midst of a campaign. Steamforged Games saved the day and resurrected Euthia from the dead by acquiring the game from Dia Games. In 2022, Steamforged Games raised over £1.5 million with the second installment in the Euthia trilogy, and they will probably do even better with the final installment in the Euthia trilogy, because Kicktrack expects the games will raise over £2 million. Those are some big numbers there, but what is Euthia? Well, Euthia is a RPG-like scenario-based sandbox game where 1 to 4 players play solo, competitively or cooperatively. The goal of the game is to earn victory points, and the scenario determines how this can be done. Euthia features a modular board and asymmetrical characters. Character development is a vital aspect to the game, helping players overcome the more challenging quests and obstacles they encounter. Euthia Cruel Frost is the final chapter in the trilogy. Cruel Frost introduces new heroes, scenarios, monsters, treasures, map tiles, and much more. More importantly, the game introduces new game mechanics, such as Creeping Frost and Befriended Ice Clans. Suffice to say, if you're looking for variety, Euthia has a lot to offer. However, be warned that Cruel Frost is not a standalone expansion, so if you're new to Euthia, be warned, you'll need to purchase the base game to enjoy this expansion too. Stepping into the world of Euthia can be an expensive journey. New adventurers will come close to £300 to get Cruel Frost on their gaming table. And when you look at the pledge levels, we can find the core box available for £152. The Cruel Frost expansion pledge cost £128, and the complete trilogy cost £378. There are several options to deluxe Sapphire game, but we have some mixed feelings about them. For instance, we would have preferred to see the dual layer character boards and the plastic trays with snap-on lids as a part of the basic pledges. Euthia offers a grand and rich world to explore. Though the setting may feel a little generic fantasy, the large amount of options and variety make up for it. Euthia provides countless hours of gameplay in an open sandbox environment without overly complex mechanics and rules. It's evident that Euthia will attract many backers who appreciate the RPG fantasy atmosphere that the game delivers. Okay, let's leave out the fanfare here, let's be realistic. We try to be supportive to the board game industry at 1D6, and we contribute to the hobby as best as we can. But we do need to address two major issues we have with Euthia. Firstly, setting up Euthia can be quite a hassle. There's a significant amount of setup time involved before you can actually start playing the game. Sorting through the abundance of cardboard tokens and arranging all the components on your table can be a tedious task. We wonder whether the game's experience justifies the time that is required to set up the game. Secondly, there's an issue with the gameplay itself. Euthia is undoubtedly a solid sandbox game, but I couldn't figure out what sets the game apart from other sandbox games. Perhaps the mechanics from 2020 already feel a little bit outdated, who can tell? It seems like the game lacks that unique element that makes the game stand out. This video is not intended to bash Euthia. On the contrary, let me emphasize that Euthia is an enjoyable and well-designed board game. However, I do want to provide counterbalance to all the sponsored content that is out there. Euthia is a large and therefore expensive board game, and it would be a shame if it ends up sitting idle on your board game collection, overshadowed by other board games that are easier to set up and that offer a comparable experience. So what do you think about Euthia? Do you agree with my opinion, or am I overlooking something? Please leave a comment on this video, and while you're at it, give a thumbs up and even consider subscribing. That's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.